Impact.
Welcome, everyone. It's all nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent, all my co-hosts today, Uncle Mark and Papa J-Bone. It's a family affair. TNI fan, because today's a special day. It's not only NWA-TNA number 71 for the Time Machine Tuesday, Mark. It is also the Patreon launch day today. Patreon has launched officially today, and Mark's doing all the work.
We did it, guys. All of us. Kyle launched this show. You guys all built this show. I came onto this show. Truck works on this show. Bill has built a legacy that has helped this show. Nurse Nicole has helped build it. This is a team effort. The Patreon is a family effort. Everyone that's there has said, man, I'm so excited to be able to help give you guys the ability to do more content. And that's exactly what we did it for. Like, we're not doing it to get rich, y'all. We just need the motivation to make the time to be able to do more. And this is providing exactly that. Thank you so much for all of you that have come out already to support, especially in the TNI fam tier. That warms my heart. I even if I were stone cold sober, brand new in the morning, I'd still be touched. But right now I'm especially touched because it's late at night. So guys, gentlemen, we did it.
Day one, not bad. It's they're coming in and they're representing, and it's a great representation of what our fans mean to us. It's great.
All right, so stay tuned. What we're gonna do at the end of the show. Now you can go to the link on the screen right now, patreon.com/WeTalkImpact. All the tiers are broken down. Pretty simple tiers. Actually, Mark, it was a lot simpler than I thought it was. I mean, I was kept this nice and clean. Mm-hmm. Mark set this up pretty nice and clean. So check that out. We'll verbalize the tiers now, and we're going to verbalize them and go over it again on Thursday. And at the and then as soon as we do this little, we have someone who's going to come in and talk to you guys in a second. But after that guest is gone, we're going to just thank the first signups from today. So Mark, get your list ready of signups. We're going to just give them a verbal shout out today. And Thursday, we're gonna do double shout outs in this thing. If you sign up for Patreon, we're gonna shout you out on both shows by name. Personal thank you from everybody. So be sure to wait for that. But right now, first, we gotta bring somebody in because there's a controversy. So on the throwback show, okay, we got shticks. J-Bo, I got a bunch of sticks, right? I do the Dave's Couch, the pizza and or Chinese food thing. J-Bo didn't know where he was. Mark was probably stoned.
Totally. Actually, no, I was working my ass off today.
That's right. But there's another shtick I got on the show, and it's my bell every time Scott Hudson appears on the screen, okay? Now, for anybody who has missed it, I want you right now to go to TNI Twitter. It's We Talk Impact on Twitter, and to go to Wrestling Nurse on Twitter. Because my bell was stolen. I've been bell napped, okay? I've been bell napped. My beloved bell has been taken. And it's been put in very precarious scenarios, and I'm really upset about this. And I'm going to bring Nurse Nicole on to explain herself.
Is that really? I mean, is that like a misdemeanor or is that a Class A felony? I'm trying to figure out what degree of horrible is, how bad really is. I mean, it's a bell. It's not a member of the family.
It's my property. It's a Class B felony for Bell. Is that good enough, J-Bone? Huh? It's a Class B felony for Bell.
I got nothing. All right,
here we go. I'm gonna bring her. I want you to explain yourself. And you know what? Bill's here too. Bill, you're on audio today. Bill, you're here. We got Bill here.
I am. I'm barely here, but I'm here.
All right, Bill's not feeling too well today. He's going to be audio only. But, Bill, I'm glad you're here because I need all the firepower I can get because we're going to bring Nurse Nicole here to explain the bell napping that went on last week. Okay, I'm going to bring her in.
Scott Steiner. Why is his avatar not Scott Steiner?
It's Bill. It's him. All right, let's bring her in.
Well, I changed it upon entry.
Nurse Nicole, what in the hell have you done with my?
Oh, look, it's like G. Nurse Nicole.
Yeah,
Team hat.
It is. Move your phone sideways, Nurse Nicole. Let's get a full landscape.
It's
gangsta.
There it is.
There we go.
Full view. All right. Where the hell's my goddamn bell, woman? I want my bell back.
Oh, this doesn't look right. Are you sure I'm on right?
Okay. No, you're fine.
There's
wait, that's not the bell.
That's so brilliant.
I finished it up. And I don't need to explain anything except for when I got on with a live chat and I heard you ringing that stinking bell.
Yes.
I cringed every time. And then I
yeah.
roasted you, and then everybody agreed. What can I say?
Okay. I want to know one thing.
Team
Gangsta
Nobel.
Nurse Nicole.
You want
Team
to
Nobel.
know one thing.
I want to know when I'm getting it back. That's all I want to know. I'm easy. I want to know when I'm getting it back.
Tinay family.
Now,
I
okay.
When
tell
is
the
he getting
people.
it back? Is he getting
Well,
it
Tell the
back?
people you have a poll up, right? You have a vote. You have a vote going on for how I can get this thing. What the fate of the bell is? That what you called it?
The fate of the bell. No, not how you can get it back. What should be done with the bell?
Wait, so am I never getting this bell back? Like, is this never coming back to me now?
I don't know.
It might be. You might get the bell back in pieces from what it sounds like.
You just
I don't know,
send the
Bob.
tip back first. You did it, y'all.
I will tell
No,
them about
you
your
need to
poll.
explain yourself. The real reason you're mad is because you don't like anyone ruining with your shticks.
It's all about the shtick.
It's all about my shtick, yeah.
It's all about the gimmicks.
That's
I
right.
like my gimmicks. My gimmicks make me who I am, J-Bone. That's you have the bandanas, you have a gimmick. I'm nothing without my belt. That's what you have the lollipops too. J-Bone's got Mark's got the treehouse. Mark's got his drugs. Okay.
Well,
and I got nothing.
I thought you were suicide.
This
Oh yeah,
bell
AC stole your gimmick. You couldn't hang on to that either.
has a wound, and I fixed it. It's
No.
bandaged up.
Aw.
Did you break my bell? What the hell?
It's the nurse's bell.
No,
now. It
it's
has to look
protecting
like a
from
nurse.
the sound.
Oh.
I love it. That's a brilliant idea. Crippled the
Oh,
bell.
it's kind of like a muffler.
All right, well, tell them about what you got on Wrestling Nurse Twitter. What do you have? And the other, and Bill's got to give me his front row guy. I got nothing here, guys. I got nothing. The bell was my one thing. All right, tell them what they can do about the bell. What do they have to do for the fate of the bell? Tell them about this.
I don't know. I don't know. Should there be like a giveaway? I'll mail it to somebody.
No, you have a fate of the bell thing on your
Pass it along.
Twitter.
That's fantastic. If
Nobody's
somebody
getting
wants
my
the bell.
goddamn bell. I don't want anybody to own this bell except me.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding.
Now, I even tried downloading a digital bell, and I was told to go F myself for trying to use it.
I mean, that's not the real deal.
It's not the real deal.
No.
It's not.
No.
You know what you didn't
You
get, woman?
can't fake your way through gimmicks.
You didn't get my kazoo, though. That's for sure. Huh? This
That
is my
sound
Jeff.
Annoying.
It's my the Jeff Jarrett kazoo. What? Oh, not
That's not a
kazoo.
kazoo. It's
Okay.
Noisemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me give you a little.
You play
perspective.
kazoo.
Every multiple times a day at work, I have to hear alarms going off and people yelling, nurse, 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 and bells and alarms. And I just,
All the bells.
Who
and
like,
whistles.
okay, I want to know a poll. Who likes the sound of a bell?
No.
Yeah, come on.
No.
All you.
Chat sound
Come on.
off, please.
I want this
wanna
chat,
hear
man.
Who likes the sound of a bell?
There's only one guy I know that likes the sound of a bell.
Who's that?
Yeah, this is horrible.
Yeah.
All
Bill,
you
you're so on
turncoats in the
fire, you
chat,
and your
I want the where's the loyalty? That loyalty better show right now.
Loyalty to Team Nobel.
I'm out. I am out if that loyalty doesn't show right now. All right. Well, tell them what you got up on your Twitter, what they can look at. Explain it verbally for the audio listeners.
Okay, so I often thought, I'm like, what should I do with this bell? There are a few ideas rolling around. I'm like, I need to explore these with a little more oomph. And so I just went on a walk. And that included, a typical Chicago dump yard site with a grocery cart and, buried in the sand with some water possibly. That was, from you, Mark.
That was my favorite one.
It's getting cryptic.
It's got really cryptic, man. Like, anyway, what else?
The slide.
really
It took a nice bump.
slide. Kind of AKA Abbey Road, possibly getting run over by a car in the middle of a street. There, I still, my personal favorite is my dog and peeing on it. That was awesome.
Wait, he peed on it? That little bastard peed on my belt?
The possibility of it getting peed on.
Oh my God.
Riding off in the sunset on a stranger's, skateboard. That was awesome.
Now, just for reference, just so I get a visual here, Nicole, what kind of dog do you have?
Yeah, tell them about your dog.
It's like a 10-year-old rescue, like Chihuahua.
Oh,
Yeah, he's an old man, and that thing that thing pees on my belt, man. Yeah.
We're not talking about some 5,000-pound Saint Bernard that's going to like wash it down the sewer or something. We're talking about a little Chihuahua that might be like a couple drops or something.
Well,
it's like Mr. Mundo.
Like Mr. Mundo, exactly.
For reals.
Oh man.
I think that's more insult to injury to have a little teeny dog sprinkle it here and sprinkle it there. Anyway.
Just slowly rusted away.
That's enough.
Yep.
That's enough. All right. So they can go to your Twitter account. They can go and see the photos of the fate of the bell, right? That's what they can do right now. The fate of the bell. Go to Wrestling Nurse on Twitter and decide the fate of the bell right now. And don't forget, also, while you guys are doing this, give the video right here on YouTube a like. Give us a sub and a like right now on YouTube. Get that out of the way. But,
I know where the belt should go.
Where?
It should go in the front.
Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever. Yeah.
I missed that.
I wish that one were longer. Every time we play that one, I wish it was like a minute long.
Well, then we totally get copyright struck for that one.
Yeah, that's all we can get away with right there.
Yeah, we're skimming it as it is right there. But all right, the Nurse guys did watch a few matches of 71. She wanted to jump on, and I felt bad, Mark, because I was like, you know what? It's not the best episode to start her.
Yeah,
with.
no, this is a rough one.
This isn't the hot era.
No, this was a weird this was like a weird low wave before, like, Bill, you remember 04 is when all Team Canada comes in, and Hardy comes in.
They had a good run. I think we were saying maybe about 10 shows ago, maybe 15 to 10 shows ago. They were pretty hot after 50 for about 8 or 9 shows. Then it kind of went downhill. They're still kind of riding the ship, and this Hogan thing just killed them.
Conveniently, when the Hogan thing was announced, right?
That's kind of when it went completely downhill. They put all their eggs in the Hulkster basket, and it didn't work, brother.
No, that's why everything's such a mess right now. It's really a rebuilding on the fly in every part of the company right now.
I'll tell you what really killed this show. For like 3/4 of the show, this crowd could not. Mark and I and Truck and a handful of others.
It's not a good run for the crowd.
The biggest crowd dug moment. I'm gonna point out. I can't wait to get to that, because there was one moment where the crowd is like the worst enemy of this show, and I will talk about it when we get to it. But let's do our shtick, and the Nurse, you can hang out until the matches you watch, then you can hop off if you want. How's that? All right, deal. But
that was my old role on the throwback. I only got through half the show, guys. I'll just be there for a few.
Go vote for the fate of the bell, Wrestling Nurse on Twitter in the meantime, guys. All right. So this happened on November 19th, 2003, NWA-TNA number 71. Now, I was on my buddy Dave's couch, forked over my $5 of my half of that $9.99, ordered some. This is right before Thanksgiving, guys. Bill, I think we probably did pizza because we weren't going to have pizza for like the next 2 weeks. So we probably did a nice deep dish around this time. That's what we probably did. So pizza.
So how did you even have Thanksgiving after a deep dish?
Oh, well, Thanksgiving was a few days after this, but our mindset, I know Dave and I, and our mindset was, hey, for the next 2 weeks, we'll probably be eating Thanksgiving food or like related Thanksgiving food, so we better get a pizza in now. So that's what we did. So like, pizza was ordered. Now, Bill, November 19th, 03, what were you doing?
What was the date? November
19th.
19th?
Now, Bill, everybody, has his emails from that time, and he's been able to accurately tell us, sometimes to the day, like what he was doing on the actual on the TNA day.
Well, it's not quite yet, but it's between now and next week. I know is when I did a job fair for a part-time job I did down with the my local sports teams, the 76ers and the Flyers, when I was Billy 3 jobs for a while. That all comes together over like the next month or so. Okay. So it's going to be a busy time. The working man is going to start picking up his pace over these next couple months. So if there was any, there probably was not any much live viewing during these days. I'm probably working every day over the next couple months.
Gotcha. All right, fair enough. Mark, I'm gonna get to you, Nurse. Don't worry. Just hold on to my bell. All right.
Yeah, I'm 2 weeks in a row. I think me and Bill are pretty much in the same zone here. I'm working 2 jobs. My wife is still in college and working. This is really crunch time, trying to save up hours so we can actually spend a few days together the following week. So definitely working 100%.
All right, very nice. J-Bone, I assume you were probably in the forest somewhere in Wisconsin killing your own bird for Thanksgiving. Knowing you were doing it by hand.
Hatchet bone.
I'm trying to vote online. Leave me alone.
Are you voting for Zach's option?
J-Bone in a car running over my bell? That's a nice time. Thank you, Zach.
I'm trying to look up on Google how to spell Chihuahua.
All right, Nurse, you're new to this shtick.
Oh, hang on a second. I can use a microphone here. It goes like this. How do you spell Chihuahua? Thank you, Google.
You should probably go to Bill to buy Nurse Nicole time to think of where the hell she was on November 19th.
Well, the nurse is...
Okay, I need a year. You guys are talking about...
2003.
2003. Oh,
2003.
I always rag her because her memory like she can never remember anything. Like date wise, like she's like, what? No, 3. I don't know.
Which one's Jay?
Exactly.
Completely don't know. But around 2003.
Where were you living? Where were you working?
Actually in Wisconsin at that time.
Oh, yeah, J-Bone.
I was in Wisconsin in Milwaukee.
It's a great place by a great lake.
Yeah. Yep, I was in Wisconsin and Milwaukee.
All right.
So,
anything noteworthy? We jumping out of airplanes around that time?
Whoa, November 19th, 2003.
This is a loaded question.
I was like 8 months pregnant.
You were what?
There you go.
I was 8 months pregnant.
That's something that none of us have ever been doing on this show when we were asked this question.
There you go.
This is true.
What year did Junior come out? When Arnold got pregnant?
In the early 90s.
Oh, Junior came out in 98. No.
Oh, was it late 90s?
Yeah, because Twins is 80. No,
Twins is classic.
Twins is 90. Twins is 90, right?
Yeah.
I think Junior, I want to say was 98. I gotta say, at least was 98. So I don't know. Maybe that's around. All right, that's our shtick.
Anyways, I'd asked Critical Sting, but he wasn't born for another decade. So.
Critical Sting was definitely not born.
Jeez, Critical, you're killing me.
Hakeem also not born for another decade, probably at this point.
I love that. You know, it's funny, guys. The Throwback Show has the youngest crowd watching it. Like a Time Machine Tuesday has like all the youngins are in here, and you notice that like there's like a lot of the youngins are watching. They're like, I wasn't even born yet, but they love all the old shit. What does that tell you?
There's Critical Sting. Ask and you shall receive.
Well, I feel like I kind of belong with the youngins because I was only a wrestling fan 4 years ago. So I'm only 4. Well, okay, yeah. I'm a baby.
You're a baby. All right, let's jump into this, guys. This was NWA.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I feel like we should establish that this is where we do the Patreon shout outs at the top of the show.
Yes, absolutely. We should. Absolutely.
Right top of the show. So it's official, the top, but not the end of the show.
Top of the show, Bill, always. And we're going to do it again. We're gonna double shout people out. We're going to do it on Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to start doing this.
Yeah.
And Mark, the UK boys want to know if they can get in on this, too. You got to talk to them. You need to have a private meeting with those guys. They want to know what's going on here. Okay. They put me to task. I said, you know what? You go talk to Uncle Mark. This isn't my deal.
And if I don't like what they have to say, they'll be swimming with the fishes. See,
Exactly. Let them propose to you what they want to do, because I'm not touching this. This is your deal. You are an honorary Brit anyway. So you've been there enough time. So what the hell? I'll let you run this.
True story. Okay, well, so the deal is on the Patreon. If you signed up for Tier 3, which is TNI Fam, you're shouted out on both shows. So let's do these folks first. TNI Fam. First up, Cody, our very first sign up. Thank you, sir, very much. Joseph Brentar. Thank you, Joseph. Also, TNI Fam. Justin Miller, who was waiting with bated breath in the Discord and signed up literally seconds, I think, or moments once
guys.
it was launched. Brian Stafford, also TNI Fam. So everybody else on the list is Sunday Night Family Dinner. They'll get shouted out on Thursday. No one has signed up for the first tier, which is a shout out on the throwback.
There's a shout out today. There was one today. There was one sign up today. I just saw for the.
I'm looking at it, man. I got the family dinner. I
saw a $5 tier come through today. There was one that
$3 tier is the Tuesday night show, brother.
Oh, okay. I saw a couple of $5 tiers. It just came through.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those will be our Thursday night main.
Thursday night, okay, got it.
Yep.
Got it.
So everybody, but everyone who has signed up to support, or whoever cheers bits, or whoever likes or shares or comments in the chat, or even just shows up and is part of this family, thanks so much. This is really starting to get to be quite a journey and a lot of fun. I think this next part's going to be pretty badass.
Pretty awesome, man. I'm surprised. I'm so shocked. I mean, on the first day, that's a nice little. And then there's, I guess that's not all of them. There's more we're going to shout out Thursday too. So thank you all for that.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
And,
so thank you.
That's one of the top things that I fell in love with wrestling is the passion of the fans. So thank you for continuing to remind me of my first draw to wrestling.
You're welcome. Thank you for reminding me that you still have my bell, but I digress.
Can we move on from the bell, please?
Yes. There's that little bugger right there.
Oh, go pee-pee, little bugger.
Oh. Yo, Kiero, Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yo, Kiero Trent spell.
You want to tell everybody his name? He's got a cool name, which I named him, by the way.
You did not name him.
Okay. Let's tell everybody his name, and then we'll verify who named him. Go ahead.
Is it Dio?
His name's Marty McFly.
Yeah, the big Back to the Future, the big Back to the Future fan in your life.
Referee Daniel Spencer.
Yes,
that's heavy.
That is heavy. All right, let's jump in, everybody. NWA-TNA number 71.
News. Do we have news?
There was really isn't it? I thought we saved Thursday's the news day. We keep
fair enough.
Yeah, throwback.
I'll compile something before then.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Throwback is is straight old school, right? So November 19th, 03, guys, they open up with a recap of number 70 with new interviews, which I love this little like snippets of those post-show interviews that they do. Bill, you know what it reminds me of? Remember Reaction, that short-lived show they had? Reminds me of that, man. Just a little snippet, like
bring it back.
Oh, I would love Reaction, guys. For anybody who doesn't know,
that and Spin Cycle, bring it back.
Oh, what an amazing concept Reaction was. Reaction was an incredible, where like they would just get this raw camera the second the guys would come through the curtain, and just get a raw reaction.
Yeah. It's very ECW,
very much so. And there was even one match on Reaction that to this day, if you can find it, Bill, you might remember this one. They did an empty arena with the Machine Guns and who's now the Young Bucks, Generation Me at the time.
Yep.
And it is one of the best matches I have seen, like in a tag team setting. They beat the shit out of each other in that match. So just recommending, if you can, it's a very tough, like the Reaction show is like Lost. If you can find it, maybe Kevin Martin can dig it out.
Yeah, if that can get it on Impact Plus, that'd be fantastic.
I'd love it. So this was cool. These little interviews are nice. We open up the show with Scott Hudson, ding, and
ding.
See, this is what I do, nurse. I have every time Scott Hudson appears, I ding the bell. So why don't you ding?
Flummoxed.
Not right now.
All right, fine.
It's wounded.
It is wounded.
It's got that
it's
muffler.
Protected.
I want to give one more shout out.
One more shout out?
One more shout out to Violet, who just signed up
Violet just
right
signed
now
up.
as we speak.
Thank you, Violet.
So thank you so much.
You are
Much love, Violet.
Much
Thank
love.
you so much.
one of our biggest supporters, man. Violet,
Absolutely.
always. Any stream we do, she's in there. Thank you, Violet.
Now we already had a dog, and because Violet did that, let's give her a little Jimmy.
Meow, meow, meow. That's how I feel too.
He's happy. He's happy. He's happy Violet signed up. Scott Hudson's with the red shirts, and Joe Legend, who's now a red shirt security, by the way. You guys catch this?
That's a demotion.
We're upgrading security, though.
We are upgrading.
Well, yeah, yes.
Don Callis is there. They're talking about all the shenanigans happening. Jeff Jarrett interrupts and basically assigns everyone to a task. You're going to take out so-and-so. You're going to take out this guy. You're going to take out that guy, and let's get going. Let's get to work. Then we go to the opening match. Red shirt security with Joe Legend taking on Erik Watts, Sandman, and Raven. This is the shoehorning of Erik Watts completely in this whole thing. Like, didn't fit here. The whole thing didn't work.
Well, the only thing that this fit was the same gimmick Nicole came on with is what Erik Watts looked like coming out
What's that?
for his entrance. It was like
the hat.
Gangster Erik.
Gangster Erik. But it was a Clockwork Orange House of Fun. And I was like, which is a classic Raven match for anybody who doesn't know. But I just feel like Erik Watts is so out of place in this. It's like, what are you doing here? But let me ask the nurse, what'd you think of this one? You got this. You only saw a few matches. This is the Clockwork Orange House of Fun. What'd you think of this one? A lot of blood.
Okay, I just have to remind everybody, like, I come from the perspective of not watching the old stuff. Yes, everybody knew of the old stuff, but I didn't really watch it. So when I hear really strange in-your-face names like red shirt security, it just does. I'm not able to suspend my belief. And in the moment, I'm just like, what? Okay, that sounds like having a bell for a shtick, like, come on.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute.
It's the lamest thing ever.
To be fair, they are the actual security guards.
They were the actual security guards.
Yeah.
What you think of their music, huh? Their
Oh
music
my god.
is great.
Oh my god.
Like the
You
side.
would like that music. You would like that music.
It's so bad. I love it.
Is it
But
even
anyway.
music?
There's only one guy that likes that music.
It's true. 'Cause it's like it's great.
But
So anyway, go ahead.
but I do have to say, I don't know if these were all older players. I wasn't sure, but I did. What I notice is like how some of what's lacking right now is like how full on they move in their body. Like in terms of dancing, they say, extend your arms all the way, right? Full, like you give it all you got. I noticed that in the wrestling moves. That's the stuff I pay attention to. 'Cause that's what I love. I love the skill of wrestlers, and you could tell that they were going all in. Like their moves were solid. Their moves were they were all present. Whereas a lot of the newer people, yes, they're talented, but they don't have that full body commitment as some of the older people.
Which is one of the big things, right? Like the performers, then the more realistic aspect to it. They're less choreographed in a sense, but more full on, just giving their body to the moment. Which I love that about Jay. I mean, that's what makes it more realistic to me, at least.
Yeah, I talked about this a week or two ago whenever he was on last, and I know some of you guys have been back and forth on the whole Sandman thing, and I know a lot of his shtick is just being one with the crowd and sharing beer and bashing the thing. But the stuff he's been doing in the ring has impressed me. He's not just showing up drunk and falling down and sloppy. I mean, some of his stuff is a little sloppy. Let's not kid ourselves. But, he's jumping off the top rope, doing chair leg drops and stuff like that. I was like, oh, my God, this guy's coming all out for this. It's, I was expecting this to be more like halfway through the show, or you wrap up the show with this, very similar to how they've done in the past. When you start out like this, you really gotta go gangbusters. And I gotta say, like, the crowd either just wasn't ready for this, they didn't give two shits about this, or something. Because, and then after this, there was a good X Division match, but the crowd just fell flat, and that's what really hurt this. And I didn't get it because, man, these guys. I mean, as goofy as a little bit of it was with the whole. Goldilocks was out there and she was helping Erik Watts and my God, that dress.
Poor Goldie. Poor Goldie.
Just her trying to get in and out of the ring in that dress was half the entertainment right there.
She came out later, right? Like she didn't come out
very late.
I did like Tinay explain that she had a universal key to open the handcuffs that he had on.
Yeah, this match was horribly out of place on the card. I don't know why this match was the opener. This was a main event match. Like, I don't care if you like the match or not. This style of match is a main event match, or at least right before the main event.
Been a main event. The Clockwork Orange has been a main.
Historically, it's main event. God, almost probably every time. I don't know why the X Division match that was after this would have been a better first match.
Yeah,
the crowd. To be fair, like, I don't know if they were taken out of this match particularly, or even if the card placement hurt it. This crowd was horribly dead all night. Yeah. So hard to say.
But you mentioned the X Division. Well, one second. Bill, later on, they basically adopted the formula of opening the show with an X match later on. That became the thing to do to set the tone for the night then.
Correct. Yeah, that becomes a common trend. Well, technically, we're going to see it this Thursday. From BTI into the show. That's always been and it's not just Impact. The X Division is the perfect platform to start a show hot. It's because you could have high flyers, action, and that's how you want to start off a crowd going, by getting them excited. You don't want some kind of I get it, maybe, but even in ECW, that's where you might see Rey Mysterio. You might see maybe Dean Malenko. Those type of guys would start off shows most of the time to get the crowd all pumped in. You really wouldn't have those blood and guts matches to start off a show. Yeah. You save that for 3/4 of the way through to the main event. You don't usually go pre-intermission with that type of stuff.
Well, you want them excited, not exasperated or appalled in the first match.
Yeah, only deathmatch wrestling can you get away, but even deathmatch shows don't start off with blood and all that to begin. You work up, you still have some type of match that might be a little light with that, but still have some guys jumping off of things.
You got to build it up.
Get into it. Yeah,
you got to build up that stuff.
But this is the booking of that time.
Yeah,
they weren't thinking of things like that.
What were we gonna say, Nurse?
I'm just gonna say, there is something to warming up for sure. But I don't have that history of watching a ton of wrestling, and so the match itself was I enjoyed it. It was cool. It was I look at those individual moments, those individual moves that and it was exciting to me. But the question I had was I get if you're watching it live, how much the audience adds to it. But my question is, why does it for you guys, the audience being dead, so much matter to you? Because to me, I was watching the match. I wasn't watching, I don't even remember the audience or what they were doing, because I was watching the match. So I'm just curious, from a long time, unless it's live, why does that matter?
That's a great question.
It's a very good question.
Adds to the ambiance. To me, it's the audience is another member of the match in a sense.
To me, it's a character. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if they're not popping for stuff that you would think that they'd pop for certain moves or certain people showing up, it takes a wind out of everything. It really does. You watch the match and you're listening in the background, and there's so much extra chatter. The extra chatter that you're hearing during this match is so out of place. It's everybody's doing something different. They're not even watching the match. It's wait a minute, what the hell's going on? This is not that typical crowd,
Yeah. You're saying the equivalent in 2003 till pre-pandemic, let's say 19, would be everybody on their phones in the crowd.
Right.
Yeah. But
that's the thing. Has the pandemic changed all this?
It might have, man.
Is the days of how crowd matter?
I don't know. I heard like at AEW the other day, the crowd was a much more engaged crowd because they were just happy to be there again.
Well,
right?
they lost. To me, AEW has the hottest crowds, period. Like before this all started, they lost the most by losing crowds. I thought their product fell the furthest with lack of a crowd because the crowd is so integral there because smart marks or not, they love that product.
Well, we see it in the Asylum shows. Like when the crowd's hot, the show just for some reason the guys perform better. But
absolutely. Well, that's the thing too. I think it elevates the performers as well.
Yeah.
That is true. That's what I was gonna say because that's what I notice when I'm live at our shows in Chicago. It totally matters when the crowd is dead. It's like and then the wrestlers. I mean, it's live and interactive, but like it's just what I'm watching on TV. Like I'm watching the chair move on top of that arm, which I was like,
Nicole,
you guys are doing stuff that
a great way to see where a crowd is a character and a factor, and Trent could show you this at Hard to Kill. You were at that show last year, Eddie Edwards versus Michael Elgin. The way that match went at the beginning, the show was kind of a flat crowd. We got to that match and nobody cared. And as these guys continued to work and work and work up to a 20-minute match, by the end, the whole place is like deafening and the match is just ebbing and flowing with the crowd. Like go back and rewatch Hard to Kill from 2020 again. And that's a really good place where I think you can see the crowd kind of bring it to life, like the whole show. And then the show turns around. The show completely turns around from that point.
Woke them up.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good example. But this one wraps us. So Goldilocks comes out. There, I think Ryan Wilson and Watts are handcuffed around one of the poles, and Tinay very smartly says she has one of those universal keys.
That's a great call from Tinay.
Does she walk him out at this point? He leaves at this point, right? Watts?
Yeah.
Or does he stay?
No, he leaves.
He beats the crap out of Wilson some more. They're not handcuffed, and Goldilocks, it looks like she's like trying to veer him away because he's just such a hot bloody mess. And she sticks right by his side through all of it, and it's just really kind of funny. Like, look out.
Yeah, she stays with him. And then, Raven DDT's Brian Wilson gets the win. And it was a short match, though. For what it was, this was a very short match, man. So that was it.
Yeah. Let me make one final comment.
Sure.
One of my favorite images from the Asylum era so far closes this match. It's Raven standing on the turnbuckles with the blood glistening on the chains into the lights. It's just a great shot. Like really nice camera
Makes
work.
you wish like photography was then what it is now.
Yes, absolutely. Basil would have nailed that shot.
Because there's not enough like actual really good quality photos from the Asylum era. There's really not, man. There should be so much more floating around.
There's crazy, I look up stuff to make covers once in a while for something particular, and it's hard to find.
It's a shame too, because you're like, man, there was so much going on. Like, did they not? There is Bill. Am I crazy, or is there a photographer running around ringside? There's somebody taking pictures there.
There is.
So, I mean, where's that guy's photos? That's what I want to know.
Well, now you're talking about like a bunch of indie events I'm at, where there's like 18 photographers more than the fans sometimes. It's like, where are these photos going?
Where do the photos go? It's like, I never see those photos. You see maybe one photographer's photos.
Yeah. Like there might be, and there's like the couple guys and they're like, oh yeah, I'll see his pictures online.
Right.
And stuff. But then it's like, okay, that's two of you guys, maybe three.
Mm-hmm.
Then you other 8 guys who I've never seen your pictures anywhere ever.
Like, where do they go? That's the thing.
It's a scam. I don't even think there's like back in the day. I don't think there was film in that camera.
It was just
Bill's always
another
looking for the work.
I got a camera.
It's a work.
Bill's always looking for the work, brother.
So we go to Don West, the Mike Tinay ringside. Don West, electric blue on blue this week.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Not his pants though, black pants.
Hubba.
And he was looking. He's plugging the new merchandise. The
equal opportunity Jay over there. I'm a fan of that, Jay. What about you? If Taya wears blue on blue, you're big with the blue. If Don does, you're equal. That's a good
Dude,
right
he was sexy and he was hyped tonight, man.
This was the genesis of Don West merch slinger, man, because
they were talking about an infamous DVD coming out.
Yeah, was it the which one was it they were plugging?
The Bloodiest Brawls.
The Bloodiest Brawl DVD, which I have. Bloodiest Brawls. The other ones were the hot sellers. They were mentioning the X Division one. The D'Lo bobblehead, which Bill owns, one of the most rare pieces of TNA merchandise ever. Bill owns it.
In the final piece,
I'm down with the bobblehead Brown.
I popped for the one though, the America's Most Wanted T-shirt, one of the first TNA T-shirts to be put out.
Immediately thought of you.
I was like, I'd rock that shit right now, man.
Dude, if I was watching that live and I saw Don West, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm buying all this shit." I'm buying.
That's how it would be at the show. Bill can attest to
You
this.
guys.
At a TNA house show, Bill, you remember Don West would come in. He'd plug like, there's a backstage pass and there's all this shit for sale at the merch table, and a fucking line would just form on his word.
Well, Don is he is just a pure salesman.
So good.
Like way before this, me and my dad would watch his sports auction shows, and we bought baseball bats from him, baseballs. Like he was wheeling and dealing back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know he got into the knives and coins and all that. But sporting goods was like his first thing, and it was those collectibles were great. And he did it with Impact. And that was the one thing I'll definitely give Jared credit when he came back. He brought Don West back.
He did, and he did
for that. It's like clear out the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
He did,
and he sure did. I remember in 2016, right? He cleared the shit out of that warehouse. That was awesome, man.
Isn't Odark because he's also owes my money?
Yeah,
it was too appropriate. I had to.
We go to Mike Tinay does a sit down interview with AJ Styles, a very young AJ Styles nurse. You've seen AJ Styles now. What is this young AJ Styles?
Yeah, this young.
Nope. There was a few people on that I'm like, is that? No, I don't know. I could tell the faces. I did not know that was AJ Styles.
Wait,
at all.
Nurse Nicole, do you not know like that version of AJ Styles? Do you just know like long hair, bearded AJ Styles?
Yeah, AJ Styles was
I'm old.
Popular when I first came on with WWE before I stopped watching.
No, you know where you saw him first? Actually, we went to Ring of Honor in Milwaukee, and he was on that show. And she saw him there.
That's
actually,
where I saw him first?
Yeah, it was. They did.
So it was like New Japan AJ.
Yes.
I did watch wrestling before I met you.
I know, but we went to Milwaukee, and it was AJ and the Young Bucks against it was like Bully Ray, Jay White, and somebody else, and it was like some 3-on-3, and it was nuts.
Yeah, I remember Young Bucks and AJ were at that one, and I had something going on, and I was dying to go to that one because I really wanted to meet them, and I couldn't because that was back when I became fans of the Young Bucks. So yeah.
We got a picture of the Briscoes that night. She met the Briscoes that night. We got a picture with them.
Amazing.
And then we go to Kid Kash and Shark Boy over here. Now my notes on this, right, are that Kash is totally lost at this point. Like I feel like he went from one of the hottest runs in the company to like random teams with that. What was that guy's name? Laz. And then now it's like you're team up with Shark Boy. Like what is it?
Let's not diss Shark Boy.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
I'm not dissing Shark Boy, but Kid Kash randomly. Same guy.
Yes, same guy.
He can turn it on anytime.
Anytime.
Just for him to randomly fighting Shark Boy,
that
though.
That needs to be like pre-pandemic or pre-quarantine weight and post-quarantine.
And then I wrote down Shark Boy's lost as well, for that matter. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of just like he had a great thing with New
not
Jack.
The same since New Jack.
Tougher character to ride around, though. At least you can kind of understand it with Shark Boy. Kid Kash
comes back. He comes back.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
But
when he comes back strong.
It's almost more of a travesty though for Kid Kash because he was in a great position and he had a lot of story going on. How did he get to this
But
abyss?
Kid Kash has many good runs as well. But right now he's in a state of disarray.
Yeah. I just feel like they never should have broken him off from Trinity because Trinity subsequently is lost too with that whole storyline.
Yes. Well,
You think they might wise up and put them back together, but
yeah, like the reunion, like Macho Liz type reunion with these two would have been nice.
But Kid Kash comes down to the ring with that sign saying, "I fear no man," or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's his gimmick. He's just he's being a pain in the ass. He's not afraid of anyone. He's not doing the smartest things. He's upsetting the wrong people, and sometimes they're 3 times his size, like we saw at the end of this match.
Yeah, so Kash wins on this one. He tries to unmask Shark Boy. Heavy D comes out, makes the save, and then they fight in the Kash bails.
But boy, the nurse has to point out the worst part of that match was when he plugs his nose and did anyone catch that?
No snot
rocket.
Not rocket. That's what it is.
Oh, is
classic wrestling move.
It's a wrestling. It's a wrestling shtick. Like the first guy I remember doing it was Benoit.
Yeah.
Really? Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
I think he got that overseas.
Yeah, seems like a very Japanese thing to do.
I honestly assume somebody from Japan started it.
It could be. It could very well be because I remember him doing it, then everybody started doing it.
What a scumbag!
But I thought the star of that whole match was the I got Heavy D, I think his name, because I've never liked characters that I got something to prove and I fear nobody. Like they just look very spoiled.
If you don't like that, think if you watched their Interrogators episode.
Oh man, we can't share with that. Banned in 80 countries, man. You can't share with that.
No.
Really?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take a very, very special type of person to really pull that off because anybody that I've seen do it just you're just like spoiled and you're not really
more than a
tough
special person. You need
I'm an upstanding citizen.
Yeah, you do need to be an upstanding citizen. But it was the Heavy D thing. They're trying to write him back in with the whole thing. So we'll see where that ends up. I don't remember at all where it ends up. We'll find out.
I recently found out it ends up with him as an ownership stake in the company.
Well, that's way later.
But still, hey, butterfly
situations
wings, right?
arise.
We somehow got there. The train ended up at that station.
Heavy D?
Yeah,
Heavy D.
Heavy D and his brother end up owning like a 5% stake.
He looked really cool. Like I know nothing about him, but he just looked cool.
Stop your learning right there,
his size,
and you'll
his
remain a fan.
Commitment, his
You know what she sounds like? Northcutt sounds like we were saying that about Kevin Northcutt.
Yes,
about
totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Before we found out things.
Yep.
And then
Oh, so Nurse Nicole. So there's a guy on this show.
He was in the opening.
Well, you just saw in the opener.
Yeah, one of the
Red
Red Shirt Securities, Kevin Northcutt. We were all big fans, and we're like, man, especially Trent. Trent was kind of like the number one Northcutt guy. And it was like, why
he was the
this guy
Sonny Sayaki of this era.
Yeah, he could talk, he could go, he had the look. What happened? So on the air, we look it up.
Like what happened to him?
Pedophile.
Pedophile.
So now when we see him on the show, we're like, there's that fucking scumbag Kevin Northcutt.
And he's that guy where I'm like, we were all like, because he's really good, and we're like, why didn't he break out? Like, how did he not become a bigger star? Like, let's look him up.
Let's find out.
Registry.
Oh my gosh, that's totally. That reminds me. So when Trent decided to go on this fancy trip overseas, and I went to a wrestling match, and I was taking pictures, trying to make him, jealous that he wasn't here.
She was at a big AEW show when I was gone. Good for you.
And I took a picture with this guy, and I'm like, and he's like, that dude is like, do you remember, who was that? You're like, I hate that dude. He's this. And I'm like, oh.
What, was it a wrestler?
Who was? Yeah.
Was it
You're like, no, that dude
Don't say it on the air.
so
What if we need
terrible.
him as a guest?
Was he an Impact? No, I want.
No,
You took a
I
picture.
don't remember his name. I'm being serious.
You took a picture with
What?
Rohit. You took a picture with Mance. You took a picture with Trey, I believe. And I'm trying to remember who else. I don't remember.
No,
She's saying somebody was a scumbag.
It was just like a guest at AEW, and and I was just feeling super
Oh,
cool.
I know.
Like,
It's one of
that
it's
dude is terrible.
it's one of Bill's favorites. It's one of Bill's favorite. Bill, you know who this was? One of your favorite guys. It's
It
Nick
turned out to be
Gage.
a scumbag.
Nick Gage. I'm not a Nick
Nick.
Gage guy. It was Nick Gage.
The King.
I don't like Nick Gage.
MTK Nick Gage.
I don't like him. I know Bill loves Bill. You're a big fan, right?
I am a big fan of Nick Gage.
Bill's a big Nick Gage fan. I'm not a Nick Gage.
Now
fan.
I will not deny. Well, I don't. Nick won't deny either. He's had a checkered and troubled past. Not a checkers past like J-Bo, but checkered past. And it's he's kind of redeemed himself a little bit over the years. I would like to think, but he definitely had a hard time going things and went to some measures, but there's worse in the wrestling business.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bad ones out there. It is pretty bad though.
Well,
It
I
is
mean,
a lot of bad out there.
that begs the question though. These guys are characters, are performers. Should what they do really? I mean, and we're seeing that a lot, like with social media and everything that's coming out. Like these people are losing their positions, their jobs, based off of personal life things. Like, should that really matter if they're, Yeah,
it's a great, like, obviously, who we just mentioned. When you get into that level, there's something that goes beyond, that's out of bounds.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, if someone's like, I just showed, and he's the big guy on Thursday, like a TJP. He gets it because of some things he says on Twitter. Yeah. But he's not a bad guy. But there's a lot of those types of guys in wrestling. Are you just gonna cast away all these people, or
I mean, I don't want to go into it, but there's a little more to it with TJP than just that.
Well, no, there's right, but there's people are out there, but there's a lot of different people that are out there.
There's a lot
in every industry, every business.
You dig into Ric
just
Flair,
ignore them or not?
That like there's a lot of people get a pass because of their position too. That's the problem. But it's very.
That's a good point. Good point.
But all right, did you watch Beyond this, Nurse, before we go on? Or did you watch any more after this?
I watched one more, and I have just a few things to add to that.
All right. So we did go to a interview segment here. Scott Hudson, Ding, is with Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger.
I thought you guys had my back.
No,
well, they're used to it too.
Team Nobel. Team Nobel.
Well, I mean, I gotta say we have an update.
Oh, what's the update?
We have an update as far as like kind of. Well, I just wanted to share with everyone what I voted on Twitter.
You get your votes in at Wrestling Nerd. He voted for the dog to piss on my bell. Is that you, J-Bone? You're a terrible man, J-Bone. You really hurt me there. You really hurt me, J-Bone.
Really scissor. This is a bunch of crap.
I really think the bell should be used and passed around. I'm really liking that idea. I am open to ideas, but I like that idea.
Passed around. Passed around.
This sounds like
my
bell
is
like a
not
horrible
ours.
college party or something.
Oh my
God. This is the good stuff.
That's me on the right.
God. Jesus, my poor. All right. Interview segment with the Swingman and Simon Diamond, Pat Kenny, who's working for the NWA now. Bill, did you hear about this? He's with the NWA group now.
Who's that? Who'd you say?
Simon Diamond. He's down there now.
What?
Well, everybody's in NWA now.
If you once worked for Impact, you were at the NWA now.
Yeah.
Well, that and AEW. That whole production team is TNA 2015.
It's crazy. They're discussing 3 Live Crew, the title shot coming up.
There's
David Penzer.
News. David Penzer.
Let's read this out here. Hello, kids. Sorry to interrupt, but I have a potential huge announcement that will come out of left field.
Whoa. Hold on.
Oh, whoa. He's asking to come on Thursday's show. Look at this.
I think he's got a spot.
David,
What?
doors open, my friend. Doors
Done
open.
deal.
It's open. Come on in.
Potential huge announcement.
All right.
That's gonna get the kids riled up.
J-Bone, you know who to get the link to on Thursday.
You heard it here first, everyone. Be
David
here on
Penzer
Thursday.
will
Top
be
of the show. Breaking news.
Now,
David Penzer.
wait. Can we tease something else?
David, message me.
What do you want to
Message
tease,
me
Bill?
I don't know if we have it firmed up. Can we confirm there may be a special TNI broadcast before the show on Thursday?
Hoping to confirm it by tomorrow. Let's not put it out in case it doesn't happen.
Okay.
We've been a little patchy lately, as you know, with our guy. So we'll confirm another pre-show guest if it locks in time for Thursday.
So that could be a big. I'm not going to even say what I think, but I know what the people are going to think this has to do with.
We'll see. Yeah, they can put it together. We might have another but David, absolutely come on the show Thursday. We'll get you the link. More than welcome as always.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So they're here discussing the 3 Live Crew title shot. David Young butts in, and he's funny. He's just being. I think I find him funny here. And he's like, I need Glenn in my corner tonight. And Glenn's like, what the hell is this? And he's like, I'm fighting Chris Sabin. To me and Chris Sabin, I need you in my corner. He's like, what? And they're all like, Simon Diamond's like, why the hell are you fighting X Division guys? You're embarrassing us. God damn it. And he's like, Kash runs in the middle of this. And he's like, you guys seen Heavy D? Shit. And he like just grabs his bag, got his bag, and he leaves. And Disco, I just love Disco's reaction here. Glenn Goldberg, he's like, what the hell is going on here? It just cut.
That's not a bad Glenn Birdie.
I love Glenn. I listen to him on podcasts all the time. What the hell is going on here?
But David Young is hilarious.
I like how David Penzer's throw me. You have no clue, buddy.
No clue.
I hope I don't have a clue. I prefer not to have a clue.
I'm wondering if this is related to the Twitter war that went on our Twitter account.
I had a different thought.
We'll take our guesses, but we won't ruin anything. David, Thursday it is. You announce it.
Can I make a guess?
Go ahead.
What if we're getting around the ring back?
Well, listen. Wait,
Johnny Bravo,
awesome.
last guest and first guest on the return.
Hey, listen. We'll see.
Well, that could be a hot start.
Everybody, you know what? If the news sites want to pick this up again, okay, guys, tune in Thursday.
What
David
if
Penzer will be on. Go ahead.
Have they announced letting people back in the audience?
Oh, well, see, now that's where everyone's going to go with this.
Yeah, it's not going to be that.
How about this? Yeah, hey guys, it could potentially be attendance stuff. Tune in Thursday to find out. That's how you sell it. You know, you got to sell it.
Maybe it'll be about the Access
I'm
TV
gonna do
ratings.
something to this bell right now.
Maybe it's about the return of a TNA only show or a Knockouts only show. You can put all these things out there.
The possibility.
Maybe Tessa Blanchard is coming back to the company.
Awesome Con.
Now you've gone too far, man. Now
That's it. You stepped over the line.
Yeah.
You stepped over the line. Now.
Well, it's funny because actually there
The
was
audience just died.
there was a certain knockout that actually mentioned her today on the press pass, so that's kind of interesting.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
I heard that same thing, Jay. That's why I said it.
I didn't hear about the press pass today.
I didn't catch the press pass, but Jay was on there representing us today. So,
I wasn't visible, but I was there. So.
Yeah, I was in the back for the second half. I got on a last minute work call, but I did check out the tail end of it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. I'll tell you, Josh and TJ, both of them, they came off really good in this.
Yes.
They're both good talkers. They're both very professional at what they know what they're doing out there, man. Those who know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
This was a funny segment. We go. The next match is Sonny Sayaki and Ekmo with Trinity.
I'm sorry. David Young at the end of this interview, I laughed my ass off.
What do you do? I missed it.
Because he said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, that's what I do now. I don't think about anything. I just do it."
I love David Young.
And I said, "Oh my God, that's me." That's me in the morning before I have my coffee. I'm not able to think about anything until I have my coffee. I'm just, walking around the house like a zombie, I get coffee and then I do the stuff,
I love him. David Young, so underrated. So underrated. Penzer's rumor killer, not about crowd. There you go.
There you go.
Sonny Sayaki and Ekmo with Trinity taking on CM Punk and Julio DiNero. They were still calling him the Gathering a couple times. I don't know if Tinay was slipping here calling him the Gathering. Because other times he's like, they used to be the Gathering, and then it's like, now they're on their own.
Set them free. Yeah.
Does the nurse know your affinity towards Sonny Sayaki? going into this
Well,
match?
Siaki, well, not really. So Sonny Sayaki is the so you saw that the team with the two Samoan guys, okay?
Mhm.
Now Sonny Sayaki is the thinner one. And I was a huge fan of his the whole time back in the day. And I was like, man, this guy, it was the breakout.
He should have been The Rock. He should have been The Rock, right?
He should have been the guy. He was the guy.
You weren't alone, man. You were not alone.
And he disappeared. He kind of like his fizzled out. Went to, I think his contract was up in 07, went to WWE Developmental, ended up leaving after a few months because he gave his kidney to his brother. And he works for UPS now. So, but I was like, man, he was the guy. He was the guy. And watching these back, I'm like, man, he wasn't the guy. Not the guy.
Not the guy.
But me and Dave, we loved him. We were like, man, Sonny Siaki's the guy. We just, I don't know what I saw that much, at least.
So
I mean, he's not...
was he a new type of like character to you, and that was the draw, or what? Because I mean, he was cool. Like he had a good presence, but there's this line of wrestlers out that I kind of classify as like, just the generic pile where they may be good, they may be whatever, but there's nothing that just like pow, like sticks out, whether it's how they move, whether it's how they look, or they're something. There's just, just nothing that stands out. So was he just a new type of character to you that you'd never seen before?
And I want you guys to chime in on this too, but for me, number one, he kind of had a Rock feel to him when he first came out.
Yeah.
And I thought he was confident and he was smooth in there enough that I was like, he stood out to me. He seemed like a cool guy. But when I watch it back now, I'm like, there was a lot of cool guys on that roster that really dwarf him a lot. And I felt I got to say though, guys, as we watch his old shows, they kind of rode him into corners a lot too, though. So not all of it's his fault, but they rode him into corners. But he
spent his entire run lost, almost the whole run.
After the Sports Entertainment Extreme thing, he was completely lost. That was it.
And it's been like a year since that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was just, he was cool, but he got ridden into corners. Well, that was it. Unfortunately.
I liked him too, man. I'm with you. I watched these originally back in the day, and I thought he was cool, and I loved the name of his finisher, the Siakalypse now. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
But watching it back now, it's like, no, he's most definitely not the guy. Most definitely not the guy.
The shtick, the finishing sequence, I should say, Trinity didn't slide the chair over to Siaki in time, and the Gathering gets the win. And Siaki argues with Trinity, and she leaves, hands up, I'm out of here. So they're breaking them off. Again, Trinity got screwed going to this storyline altogether. Should have stayed like this. Has been lost ever since going with Siaki and Ekmo. 100%.
Yeah.
And we love Trinity. So I'm like, we just, it sucks that she got lost in this.
So now Trinity's becoming an afterthought, and we already lost Desire.
Desire's gone.
Well, they missed their window with Trinity. It's gone.
Yeah. The peak moment for Trinity was if she beat Kash for the X title at the time.
Yeah.
That to me would have been the most believable thing. You could have ran with it. She could have rode the wave on that. Even if he beat her back, being a former champion, she could have rode away for another year on that.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out.
One positive note here, just since we're kind of dumping on this match, I really liked the pinfall sequence. That was fantastic with the double pin and the roll up with Siaki. That was really creative. But maybe just me, but I'm starting to really like Julio and Punk together, whether they stay the Gathering or not. It's too bad they didn't get a bit longer of a run to see if they could have made something out of this. I don't know. Maybe just me.
And you know what? I'll also chime in with kudos, because Punk's been pretty good the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of like, Punk's been kind of an afterthought during his TNA run. And like he's actually looking like something here. Like he's noticeable on the show. And he really wasn't. He was kind of the invisible man most of the time his run here.
And I'm not a Punk fan, but I could see where he was standing out over Julio for sure.
Correct. Yeah.
But nothing really happened after that.
See, it's interesting your guys' perspective on that, because that was the one thing that I noticed. I was like, okay, was this the turning point of the new type of how wrestlers are moving now? Because CM Punk epitomized what the kind of just that non-solid committed movement. He was like more squirmy in how he moved. I don't know how to describe it. It was just not as fully committed with his whole body. So it didn't
Well, he's
feel
part of
as
that new
smooth.
generation, yeah. He's part of that new
so that's
style.
what stood out to me, because
So it's the Pepsi challenge.
even the couple matches before had like real solid guys that were moving real solid and smooth. Like it's a smooth way of them moving, and he was more squirmy, so it just felt more like jabby. I don't know. I don't know the technical terms, but I noticed it. It was a clear difference. So.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
Well, it gives us a different perspective. These people here are nerdy 40-year wrestling fan perspectives all the time. So don't think that a different opinion is not appreciated. Absolutely is. You don't have to know the terms. Because we would, you know what I call that? Flips and shit. That's what most of us
flips
call
and
it.
shit.
That's the term, is flips and shit. So I don't know. His style is flips and shit.
All right, so that was that. And then Scott Hudson. Ding.
No.
Oh, it's time for me to be out with the bell then.
With Don Callis in the red shirts, Northcutt at this point challenges Raven to a singles. Callis then says AJ Styles out of luck as he's going to face Abyss later in the main event, though, which is pretty cool. And are you done here, Nurse? But
I didn't watch this match, so I'm out. Remember,
All
you
right.
told me I get out.
Well, unless you want to just hang around, but if you want to
I'll
go
hang
watch.
out with the bell in the comments.
All right. I'm
All
watching
right.
our viewer count and seeing what happens to it.
All right. Good to see you again, Nicole.
The guys, don't forget to go to her
Thanks for
Twitter.
letting me join.
Absolutely. Go to her Twitter account, guys. Give her a follow, and then decide the fate of the bell at Wrestling Nurse on Twitter. What's the cutoff date on this? When is the fate decided?
Oh, I don't know.
End of the
I
week.
don't know.
Wait,
go
I
with the
just
flow,
heard
and
somebody
I
is
decided
checking
when I
out
heard
this
that
poll as
bell,
we
I just
speak.
didn't-
A big name is checking out your poll right now.
I'll tune in. I'll check it out.
Son of a bitch. All right, get him
He's
out.
everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Wow. It's taking a. It looks like the
Who
bell
is it?
might
I
take a
missed
trip.
it.
It was Tony Khan, the owner of AEW. That's the guy. He's even checking out the polls.
Checking out the polls.
All right. Nurse Nicole, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching Throwback. Maybe you can do some more
Bye.
Throwback. Learn why we love it. But all right. Guys, Wrestling Nurse on
Yes,
Twitter.
it
Give
was,
her a
it was
follow.
fun to watch those.
You got it. All right. We'll talk to you later.
guys.
Thank you for hanging
Bye,
out. See you, everybody. All right. This is David Young with Glenn Birdie taking on Chris Sabin.
Oh wait, one note on the Raven thing. So he declares war on the red shirts. Let me just say that this is a demotion for Raven, and I don't like this.
The holding pattern, because now they've muddied everything up.
But the thing is, Raven was one of our few strong storyline characters at this point, even through the mess of the last month or so. So I really hate this demotion. I don't care if they don't know what to do with him. This is not a feud-worthy Raven.
But do you think they're keeping 1 foot in, 1 foot out though? Because they keep putting the 1 foot in on like
Jared.
I'm coming after you, Jared.
Yeah.
I haven't forgot about you. They're his toe's still in the water there. That's the thing.
It doesn't feel like he has a legitimate commitment in the main event right now, honestly. Not to me.
It's holding pattern, dude. That's what it is for him right now.
It's just it's an ugly, messy time right now.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that's where he ended up with this story. Again, had they put the fucking title on him when they should have,
Right.
God, that was 43, right, guys? That was number 43, the title. I mean, we're almost 30 weeks removed from that match. 30 weeks ago at this point.
Okay, but when you put it like that, they've done a really good job keeping Raven's story very consistent until right now. So
that's a great point, man. Yeah. They really do. They really do keep him around nicely. Busy. They kept him busy, at least.
They still screwed it up, though.
They did, 100%.
But
I'm never a pass on that one.
Yeah, no.
So, David Young with Glenn Birdie taking on Chris Sabin. He pins him in 3 seconds. Shortest match in TNA Impact.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Bill, this has to be the shortest match in Impact history, I think. This is it.
Definitely till that time. And I'm trying to think if anything's ever passed it.
I don't
have to have
long.
an instant. You'd have to have a 1 to 2 second match, which would be just the immediate. Like even a finger poke of doom wouldn't that would be 5 seconds. Because, you can't beat 3 because that's the you're right, because there's a 3 count, so it'd have to be an instant DQ or like someone passes out as the bell rings.
Or it's a tables match and somebody goes through a table on the way to the ring or something.
I think it is the shortest match. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. There's something else here. I think I might have found something else here.
I feel there might be, because I feel like this isn't never referred to.
Well, hang on. There's something here. Hang on. Give me a second. I think I might have found something. Okay.
Is this like Frank Dukes' fastest knockout record in the Kumite?
You know what was almost beat it? When CM Punk tried to box Mickey Gale. Or MMA Mickey Gale. That was pretty good.
God.
Oh, shit. Let's see. Hang on. I think I might have found something here. 3 live. I think I'm showing that it might be 3 live crew.
Oh, the crew.
Let me see here. Okay. No, because, in 2011, 12, 2004, about just a year exactly from the day of this one we're watching, 3 live crew defeated, let's see who they defeated here. Matthews, Cage, and Stevens. I don't know. Just a couple jobbers, I guess.
Chase Stevens?
I don't know, but it was a 32-second match. That totally is still longer than this one. So I think this is the record. Chris Sabin and David Young, the fastest match in TNA. We got to put that in the description, J-Bone. That has to go in the description.
It's got to be. It's 3 seconds long.
At 3 seconds. That's it. I mean, it's the count. That's
3 seconds. I don't know. I'm just looking now and seeing just in wrestling, period, the shortest match. And I don't know if there's a match shorter than 3 seconds.
No, because I remember the one that I always knew about was Diesel Bob Backlund, and that was considered 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah.
That was always the one for years.
I think that was 8 seconds.
Was it 8 seconds? Yeah. And that was always because he powerbombed, kicked him, powerbombed him, pinned him. And it was always a big deal. It was the fastest match ever.
I think one of the records, I think King Kong Bundy held one of the records in WWF way back in the day for fastest squash.
Yeah, I think they may have made it. Well, was that when he, like SD Jones at like WrestleMania?
Yeah, it was like a 10-second match or something. Whatever.
Something.
That's a good trivia thing for Critical Sting there. Take that. I
wonder if that's part of our board game.
You already knew that.
I think that is probably the quickest match. Anyway, pins him in 3 seconds. Glenn gets on the mic and says, "The bell never rang. The bell never rang." Challenges Saban to continue. Saban wins again after some shit backfires. That's how.
Man, I'm really disappointed. There's no Loki in this episode.
No Loki, but he got it, man. I got the Glenn going here, so we'll do the goal. Loki probably be back next week.
I hope so.
Your patience is a virtue. They'll be back next week.
Technical Birdie.
Yeah, but Loki's so funny.
So that was
Loki's there in spirit.
I gotta work.
I feel your Loki.
I gotta work on it.
It's there in spirit.
I gotta work on it.
He's tough. He's not easy for like a deep voice guy, but there's something about it. There's a cadence to it.
There's a cadence.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
So.
Absolutely right. Scott Hudson, Thing in the back with 3 live crew, talking about the tag team title match, and it's gonna be BG and Killings with Conan in the corner. So it's not a Freebird rule technically.
Conan's in-ring days really seem to be winding down at this
pretty
point.
much around this time.
Yeah.
He has a hip replacement a few years after this, and that's it. That's where he really just.
But he takes on the great
We're
persona.
back in the cut. We're serious, like a late period.
That was a great man when he became the leader of LAX. That to me was when he was the Don, man.
And
that was awesome.
I will say, because that came up again, he brought his boys back to a little more relevancy by appearing with them the other night.
Where did he appear?
He appeared during the pay-per-view, like as like in their match.
Oh, he did.
Appeared in there, and that already got like them more over than they probably have been in 6 months there.
Yeah, and
Santana
Santana shortly after posted something about time for us to focus on us. So I think we're about to get LAX.
Are they signing Conan?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, Conan's LAX, so you have to have Conan at LAX.
I mean, the partnerships there, I'm sure Impact would give them the whole name or let them do it. They're not going to argue it. So they let guys have the names. So
honestly, I really hope that happens. They're my favorite tag team, and God, I would love to see them back under the LAX banner with Conan. That would be so cool.
It could happen.
I hope so.
So what do we got here? So they talk about AMW kind of walks in, says they're pissed that 3 Live Crew stole the #1 contender spot from them. But either way, they're going to have to deal with them afterwards. Yeah. So we get a recap from the John Boy and Billy show. Bill, did you listen to John Boy and Billy back in the day? This was a syndicated show.
Not really. Like, honestly, my radio listening back then was probably Stern or Bust.
Okay. Just to the morning zoos and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
a little Stern, a little sports talk radio probably,
gotcha.
But not too much. Too many of those were around back then because every market had one of them, and that's just too much to focus on.
Yeah. They do a recap of it in studio. Jimmy Hart's there talking about the Hogan thing and all that. I mean, again, it got a lot of press. I'm never going to say that this thing, as much of a disaster as it was, it got them. They milked it.
They milked this hard.
Yeah, but they got a syndicated radio. Jimmy's talking about Jared. Jared walks in and starts berating Jimmy Hart. And this guy named Jeff Pillars, I looked him up, is one of the co-hosts. And he's like, Jeff, come on, goddamn it, you better cool your jets and this and that. And he's like, get out of here, you fat fuck. And then he slaps him. And then he slaps him. And the guy looks stunned. He sells it like, I can't believe you just did this to me. God dang. Looks at him then he beats his ass. Then he beats down this dude, Jeff Pillars. And then they work an amazing little angle here. The guy drags him out. I was like, Jeff, what the hell's going on? And I looked up Jeff Pillars, J-Bone. I looked him up. I'm like, where did this guy go? And he's alive. And he's an actor. He's alive. He's an actor. And he was in every Ernest movie.
Oh, I like this guy.
He was in all the Ernest movies, Bill. All of them.
Vern.
He was in Vern, know what I mean? He was in all of them. All of them. And this guy's been around. He was in Mr. Destiny with what's his name? Belushi? Jim Belushi.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie, by the way. He's in that.
That's a good movie.
He's in a ton of movies. I'm like, holy shit, this guy. So he's around. Jeff
Burn.
Any of our younger audience.
Yeah.
Because I could feel that's a generational thing.
Oh,
if you have not seen Ernest movies, you must go after this podcast and watch every Ernest movie.
Here's a tie-in. They used to show them on USA Network all the time.
Yeah.
That was where they were always on. It was on USA. So we were, as kids, already watching USA for Raw and shit, So
USA was a great network back then because you had stuff like that. Then you had Up All Night with Rhonda Shear.
Man.
It was classic USA.
She was.
Well, do you go back to the USA Express?
No. Is that an app? What is that?
An app. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the tag team.
No, not the US Express. The USA Express was their cartoon block back in the day.
Oh, no, I did not. Mark will be back, guys. He had to check on something. He just sent us a little private message. No, what was on their cartoon? They had wait a minute. They had the Howard the Duck cartoon on their block. Am I totally imagining this? Who was on their block?
They may have near the end, but it was good stuff. On the spot. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was.
I got it right here.
It was a lot of the big ones.
I got it right here. They had a ton of them, Bill. Holy shit.
Yeah, USA Cartoon Express, but it was gold.
You know what, though? It lasted from 82 to 96. I didn't get cable till 95. I was late late 94. So I was late in getting cable in the house. So I probably didn't miss it.
Yeah, you had Hair Bear. Loved Hair Bear.
Hair Bear. Look at that. Addams Family. All that stuff.
Wacky Races. Come on.
Flintstones Comedy Hour. I'm looking at all this stuff. The Biscuits. J-Bone. The Biscuits. Pac-Man cartoon.
Biscuits.
I
love biscuits and gravy. Wait.
Violet remembers it too. So no, good stuff. All right. So let's get back here. So this angle was pretty big, guys. That's the thing. This Hogan thing, yes, it was totally fucked. From Jump Street, as the kids say. Totally gone. But what they got out of it is they got a lot of press. And to me, it was the first time a lot of people started hearing that there's another company out there was because of this. So that's something to keep in mind. It's like there is a little something to it. They made the best out of a shit sandwich. You know what I mean, J-Bone? They made the best out of this shit sandwich. Chicken stout out of chicken shit, as they say.
Speaking of, that's a good meatball.
Let's go meatball.
Sunday dinner.
I mean, I'll say this.
Yeah.
What they're doing with Jimmy Hart here, dude, he is so much fun to watch here.
Always has been, right, J-Bone? Like he's
so much charisma. I mean, he was literally running circles around Jarrett later. What is that?
And he was 65
That was in
years
this next
old.
thing. Yeah.
60. Oh, not 60, about 62 at the time. And this is going on. Mind blown. Love Jimmy Hart.
He's the Nick Cage of wrestling. He doesn't age.
I got to meet him like 2 years ago. Me and the nurse got to meet him at the sports convention here in Chicago, and it was great. He was so nice. Looked great. Doesn't look a day aged at all. Looks fantastic.
It's amazing. He's a classic, man.
I'm jealous of his hair.
Love it. He still has it.
Well, it comes from that era where managers knew how to be the show.
He was the man. He was a man.
He's a classic. Like he could work in a promotion today, and
he absolutely could. Absolutely.
Like he must. I know he's come back a few different times. Like he was doing stuff with Hogan and all, as long as he was still active in some way. But if he wanted to, he could, because he's a guy like that. You don't lose that ability.
No, he just has it, man. And he was in a band too. He had a bunch of number one top 10 hits. As in the Gentrys back in the '60s. And the guy just is a consummate performer. As we go from that to Tinay, like Tinay in the ring, calls out Jimmy Hart. Jimmy here. Okay, this is interesting. And it says in a few weeks you're going to get a major announcement from Hulk Hogan about Bound for Glory. Like this has been milked. I mean, the original Bound for Glory was supposed to take place November 30th, 03.
Which is about to happen.
2 weeks,
and we're not getting this.
1 week.
Yeah, we don't get it because the first Bound for Glory on the books isn't until
already been
05.
postponed. Yeah, it's already been postponed officially.
Postponed officially.
And I have a feeling it's not really a spoiler alert, but I don't think this happens. What Jimmy's referring to.
Oh, the Hogan announcement,
I don't think we get a Hogan announcement unless he's paraphrasing Hulk Hogan. I don't think we get video of Hulk Hogan addressing anything.
I don't think we ever get video. I think this is just complete speculation. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. I think you get an audio clip.
Oh, I was about to say, if it's as bad as that Dusty Rhodes phone call,
the pre-recorded one,
like the Dusty Rhodes phone call,
that was a low moment.
One of the worst TNA moments of all time.
Yeah, it was bad.
Pre-recorded.
And it was the main event segment. It was the main event segment, and it was
bad.
Guys, just a quick reminder, kind of we're in that little bit over midway point. Don't forget to hit like if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Twitch, be for sure to subscribe and follow us as well. Smash the like button, as J-Bone likes to say. And our Patreon did just launch today. Jay, we got to add that to the description of our videos from now on.
I'll put it in there right now.
Jay will put that in there, guys.
Patreon.com/WeTalkImpact.
Yes, so it is on the We Talk Impact is us, guys. That's our corner. So here on the screen too. Sign up, 3 tiers, very easy to follow. Support tier, bonus content tier, and then a bonus content plus a little extra chat tier. So Mark has put it all together. Take a look on the website. It's all written out.
Oh, 3rd tier. No, we're on the hook for some new content, guys. But you get to pick what we watch and review.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
To a degree. So we're going to feel this one out together.
You know what we're all going to do? They're like, Trent's going to watch AEW. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that.
Well, so,
I have already given my. You guys know how busy I am. This is Mark's
we're all gonna. Yeah, but we're all gonna chip in. We're all gonna get it done. Like we'll be able to get it done. We're all gonna watch some things we love. We're all gonna watch some things we don't like. But we're all gonna do it for the entertainment and the fun. For all of us. So
for the people.
That's right. For the
Mark,
people.
I heard everybody wants me to watch the best of AMW. I mean, I'll have to drudge through. I guess it's a tough job. I guess
I might be able to get through that one. I could probably get through that too.
Shit, yeah, dude. But all right, get to so we go on here. It says we're gonna get the announcement. And the crowd can at this point give. I really wrote this down. He's like, we're gonna get an announcement from Hulk Hogan about Bound for Glory, and the crowd can give a fuck less.
Two shits.
Zero reaction. Even Jimmy, to the point where he looks around because he's shocked that they haven't reacted. Did you catch this?
Oh yeah.
Jimmy's like, Hulk Hogan. And at this point, I think they've given up. They're like,
yeah, that's what it is. They got all Hogan'd up.
Yeah,
and now they know that ain't happening.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, they got jerked off, and they didn't get the finish. Is what happened here. That's what.
And they know he's not coming tonight for sure.
Why did I say that?
Because it's 11:56 Central Time. If your kids are awake right now watching this show, they should.
That's your fault.
So yeah.
But they're done. Like, you could tell if I'm in the. I mean, we're upset, right? At this point, even as viewers, we're kind of like, come on, you guys milk this out. And
this crowd is pissed. They should be.
They're absolutely pissed about this. Goes into the why, and like the lights dim. Jarrett comes out. Jimmy eggs him on. He's like, bring it. Jarrett goes to attack him. Jimmy escapes, and then I love Tinay starts berating Jarrett. J-Bone, you're embarrassed the NWA. How much more can you embarrass the NWA? And then Jarrett's just like, I've had God damn it, that I've had that said. You have said your last say, my friend. And he just goes to attack him.
Oh, this was great. The look on Jarrett's face as he was about to jump down from the apron. He really wanted to go after.
I was dying here.
Well, the fact that they were literally running circles around today, I was like, all right, cue the Benny Hill music. I laughed my ass off.
Oh, I was absolutely dying here because he goes to attack Tinay. Jimmy comes and attacks him with a belt and he starts whipping him. And then Jeff Jarrett attacks Jimmy Hart. AJ Styles makes the save. They brawl. The red shirt security comes out to help. They confirm it. 12-3 is going to be AJ and Jarrett for the title. Like, this was a wild segment. And I love it. It was so ridiculous, but I loved it at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, the crowd was off. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was a good sized crowd from what it seemed like. So
They popped for AJ though. You notice that?
Yeah. There were points like in the second half of this show where I jokingly said, I believe in the watch line, I was like, oh my God, they're waking up. It's like, oh, they're actually responding to stuff. They're like, oh, there's a show going on. Oh, there's a show going on. Okay.
Raven gets some decent pop later on. He's about the only one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, this segment fell flat for me too, and large part of it was the crowd taking me out of it.
Mm-hmm. The next match has a little bit of something. Well, I'll let me get this. Hang on. Their live crew with Conan taking on Swinger and Diamond for the tag team titles. Letting go Birdie in their corner. Tinay mentions it's only the third defense in 3 months for these guys.
Yep.
Because of, I guess, circumstantially, it worked out that way. Messy match.
Well, they had a bunch of non-titles.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was like it didn't. The setup for their title run was weird.
They had like 3 or 4 matches with AMW that were all like non-title matches.
Messy match here, though. Double count. That Posey. No, we should have known right away. Posey's the referee. We were already doomed from the beginning on this.
And who would be better on this Zebra crew? Which one of these guys would be better? Like, later on, the 3 of them have to get together and rub their heads together to try and come up with one single call.
Yeah.
They really sizzle.
Boy, that's no lie, Swinger. Say it again.
They really sizzle.
I feel that.
They do a double pin deal where Posey was knocked loopy a little bit. He catches a pin. It's like one of those backslide type pins. Posey's counting on one side. Andrew Thomas feels the need at this point to come out because, like, hey, Posey can't count here. Let me get out there. Counts on the other side. Each declares one of the other guy, each a different guy a winner. Belts in each guy's hand. Rudy Charles comes in here, guns blazing.
Oh my God! Here's where it is. It's where they try and rub their 3 brain cells together to figure out what the fuck to do.
Oh my God! I laughed so hard. I was like, "Oh no, we're getting this again!" Because they just did this a few months ago with the X division.
Yeah. Well, they did this with the tags before.
Did they do the tag before?
When Triple X? Well, was it the X division or was it?
I think it was the X division. I'm trying to remember now.
Well, they had the tournament with the tag team division. Wasn't that where Rudy did this all? He did that before, where he took it back and was like, "Oh, I'm holding the title up."
I thought it was.
I think that was the X division.
Was it the X?
Yeah,
it's always.
Yeah,
it's just utter crap. This whole time.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's an awful finish to a dead match. The crowd boos. The titles get held up. It's a fucked finish. It's overbooked. It's just a messy segment.
Well, and it's pure TNA at this time because you had this, and we're going to continue the show with about 10 more ref bumps.
Yeah,
I wrote. Thanks, Rudy Charles.
Yeah,
that ref bump was killer.
AMW is on the ramp, I believe, watching the match, right? Were they out there watching it? I think I saw that. Yeah. I didn't write it down. I did watch. I did note that they were. I did mentally note they were out there.
Yeah, because B Jizzle was looking at the stage, like pointing at him and like saying shit, like, "Yeah, we see you."
Yeah, that's right. He was kind of like smack talking back.
Yeah.
But that's it. They get held up. Now what do we get? Right? Tournament. What the hell are we gonna do now?
So does that mean that
there's no champions? They strip them, basically, right?
That's how they actually state they are stripping Diamond and Swing. Yeah. That's some bullshit.
I agree. I feel
I'm
like
gonna
that's
call my alderman.
I'm gonna call my full Karen mode over here. I'm gonna call my alderman.
That's some bullshit.
Can Johnny Swinger say he was never defeated as tag team champion?
Oh,
they just are referring to his title reigns, though. Keep that in mind on TV.
Yeah.
So he should be like, I never Lizossed that, Daddy, or something.
Yeah.
And I want my pizzles back.
I mean, they really
and his titles back.
They really need to get Diamond to make an appearance.
Oh man.
And be like, hey, we never actually lost those titles.
We need Violent by Design versus Simon and Swinger.
And just murder them. Just take them out completely.
That was like a 1 second match.
As far as I'm concerned, Daddy, we never lost those belts. Right, Simon? Simon's got a pop in the face.
Dude, that story writes itself.
It totally does.
He goes up to Don and he's like, hey, can we get that rematch? Don's like, I'm not even in charge here anymore. What are you talking about?
Oh God, yeah, not in charge at all. Wow, Swinger Man, you need to go take that up with Don. But we get a recap of the Triple Chance X Division tournament, and then we get the finals here with that great graphic. How about that graphic, guys? The Jeremy Borash special.
Awesome.
The
PowerPoint slide. That's awesome.
It's X, who's PCO, taking on Sonjay, taking on Chris Daniels, the finals.
Wait, do we have a confirmation on who X was?
No, but I mean, we know it's him. I mean, we kind of
spoiler alert.
No, we revealed it a few weeks ago. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious too if you know PCO. Like, you could see it in the face.
Yeah.
But
is there an eye patch?
Definitely not an eye, which is interesting because his eye is legitimately jacked, right? Isn't that the deal?
I believe, yeah, he has a glass eye, doesn't he?
He has a glass eye or something, I believe, yeah.
PCO's hardcore.
He's nuts, man.
Fucking crazy.
That guy who made all his videos, Bill, you remember the Giancarlo? That guy who made all his videos for PCO, who kind of revitalized them?
Yeah.
He was working for WWE. He just got fired yesterday.
Oh.
That guy's
they've been going through a lot of production people lately.
Yeah, that guy's back on the indies. That's going to be very interesting to see what that guy does. So he was
he rebuilds next.
I mean, he's the kind of guy that if Impact can offer him a deal like right now and before AEW gets him, I mean, that'd be huge because he's the guy who made those mini movies for PCO, revitalized PCO's career.
That's how I first heard about PCO.
Yeah. He's a good filmmaker, man. So we'll see if Impact gets him.
Hey, let's hook up some car batteries to some guys. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird shit, right, Bill? But like it got over. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, guys. But Shane Douglas and Tracy Brooks are watching from the crowd. Just kind of taking notes. He's got his Razor flip phone taking photos. Saban is also watching too. I noticed.
Saban.
Yeah, Sonjay pins X.
Sanjay's the fucking man, boy. Sonjay always had it. He's still dope.
And then he and Shane face off at the end.
X clobbers the shit out of both these guys.
Oh, big time.
He is he is. I compare this to, look, and I know there's different opinions, on this panel as far as what Brian Cage did in Impact Wrestling, but just besides the body of work, just what he looked like here and how Brian Cage used to just throw people around and just destroy them, and especially in Lucha Underground, like when he first came in. Totally reminds me of what X is doing here. I mean, he's like twice the size of these guys. Just there's like no reason why he shouldn't have won here. Like, I feel like him versus Michael Shane would have been really good. I'm shocked. I don't know why they did this, because I mean, it looked like he absolutely should have won. It was a lot of fun to watch, though. Because especially the way Christopher Daniels was using the psychology, like, oh yeah, come on, Sonjay, let's work with this guy, and then he'd screw him every time. It was hilarious.
The thing is, go ahead, Mark.
The reason they probably went with Sonjay is because he's a bad motherfucker. That's why. That's probably why Jay won, because he's a badass son of a bitch. Sonjay looked dope in this match. He took a beating. He was used for a bunch of offense.
God,
I mean. Dude, Sanjay's so good.
He never got the X title until he booked himself to win it.
Yeah, it was way after the fact.
Well,
that was a homecoming type thing, right? 2015 or something late like that, right?
In India.
2015 or 16 in India.
Yeah, real late. I love Sonjay, dude. I think he's great. I thought that X looked good. I'm with you, J-Bone. Everybody looked good at this match. Those 3 best moonsault evers in a row were really cool.
Oh, I love that. He was perfect. Yeah. Christopher Daniels. Dude, watching him in this year 1 of NWA-TNA.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, you remember how good Christopher Daniels is, and he's had such an incredible career.
100%. I really hope he comes home. But this match was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked the result, unlike J-Bone.
Yeah, well, it was.
Well, I was just more surprised than anything. I was okay with Sonjay winning. I was just surprised when all of a sudden he pulled off the win. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
2016 Violence Inc. Sting saying 17, Violence saying 16. I don't know which one it is. One of them. But either way, it was way later.
Late, super late.
But he won in India. That was the cool thing. That was the one tour. Bill didn't make it to those tapings, the India tapings, right? Bill, did you look into it though? I want to know the truth.
I did not look into India, sadly to say. I honestly, I didn't even know how to go about looking into India tapings. Like, that information, I think you had to like really know people or something over there, because it was like a TV set. It was very much like a Skyway over there.
Yeah,
and I like how to reach out for that. I did look into Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
Very close to pulling the trigger on Mexico.
Really? Interesting. Yeah,
I had them in my card. I had tickets in my card. I had a hotel looked at.
No kidding.
But Gringo Bill was not taking the chance. I was in an unknown world, and who knows? I would drink the water, I'm sure.
It was that was around the time when there was some funny stuff going on around that time too for tourists. Remember, there was a bunch of there was some tourist issues going on around those times.
Although it really wasn't that. Like, if somebody else jumped on there, I probably would have done it. But that doesn't stop me. Like, by the next time, I was ready to go for the next one.
Let's do it, man. I'm down. Sonjay gets the title shot against Shane. Now, Tinay and West are setting up next week, and this is awesome because Raven interrupts this. This to me is badass because he takes the mic and starts interrupting, addresses everything he's done to this point with the build-up and the feud. He's so intensely speaking that he starts bleeding through the bandages on his forehead.
And it just starts gushing.
Pouring.
Because the blood pressure of the moment, it just starts.
Well, you can even see where it's coming. Like the pulse, it's pulsing out of his eyebrow.
That was badass.
Raven's the greatest person to ever do this thing.
Like it was wacky, disgustingly
It
bloody,
was
but it
awesome.
was cool as shit, though.
So cool. Shunned by the living, feared by the heavens, and hated by the damned.
Oh my God, what a poet, man.
Dude, Raven is awesome.
Son of a
Every week.
We need one last, some capacity Raven run. I'm not even saying in the ring. He could be a manager, a
Decay manager.
orchestrator. Yes. Like he needs to play a role in an Impact storyline within the next 2 years.
He's in the family, you know, he's there.
He was at the Atlanta tapings.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a run.
There was rumors. Did he work as a technical producer for at least one set of tapings?
I didn't hear that. Yeah,
I thought he when there was that revolving door of producers.
Yeah.
I thought he did a set of tapings.
I imagine maybe they gave him a segment or two, if anything.
Yeah.
I can't confirm it though. I would say a Decay manager, like the high god of Decay.
Hell yeah.
Shit, man. You know,
go to war with Mitchell.
Just imagine the promos between all of them.
Just imagine the first time Mitchell's new church music hits in Raven's season.
Oh, God, you're killing me, Smalls. That'd be amazing. Shit. That'd be good. But this was the visual of this is a great one. Mark, this is one, if you want to go back to do your screen, do like a.
Just never put it as the one for YouTube.
Yeah.
Raven did love the other one. Raven, who rarely likes or comments on anybody's Twitter. Him and Mitchell both jumped on the one about their match when we posted.
No fair. He pulled my skirt.
Yeah.
Oh God,
this is a good one worth clipping. But
man, you know what? Thinking back to just earlier in this show, this isn't even the best Raven moment of the fucking show. My favorite moment was the glistening bloody chain on the turnbuckle. This was amazing. But God, we're so blessed to get Raven every week on this show. If you're not watching along, that alone is a reason to watch along.
The Raven.
This is it.
Yeah.
Like this is the run. This is the Raven run, right?
Yeah. Well, like this is the best of Raven DVD in his promos and on, and he's one of the things that does keep your interest, even while overall shows quality wise can be poor during this era. He's still a standard bearer. Like we talk about the gatekeepers of the company today. He is definitely the gatekeeper of back then.
Yes, 100%. I think we all agree that Raven is just. If you can watch Raven, you do what you have to. If you have a chance to watch Raven, please watch him. It's like watching a masterwork. It is watching a masterwork.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's he's an amazing character. We get a quick recap of the AJ and Abyss feud, and they use a Macho Man rap song. Anybody catch that in the background?
No.
They use Macho. I'm like, I know the song. I know that voice. It's one of Macho's rap songs.
Yes,
that they use.
That's
a sign of things that come.
Awesome.
I guess, man. In a year from this point, you're right. Actually, exactly a year, I believe.
We're pretty much on that 1 year from his debut.
Yep.
Are you talking about the promo that they play right before Abyss and Styles, and they're showing it's like a highlight reel?
Yep. That's
I was like, what the heck song is that? I'm like,
Macho Man's rap song. One of them.
Awesome.
I said during the watch along in the Discord, I'm like, okay, whose single is this?
Is that one of the ones where he calls out Hogan? No, it funny in this whole thing.
The timing would have been great on that.
Well, yeah, it would have been. Holy shit! Because there is a song on that album where he's calling out Hogan, or several songs, I believe.
I remember that. Well, one of them made news. I remember that. It was like a single or something.
Be a man. That was a little
Be a man, Hogan.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Be a man, Hulk. You know, sitting there, I'm thinking about Hulk Hogan. He's always dodging me. Be a man, Hulk. Come on, just meet me down here at the NWA-TNA Asylum.
Coffee, yeah.
AJ Styles and Abyss.
We're so close to the end. We're so close.
We are. Delirious today. My notes on this match say these two had amazing chemistry from day one. Day one, these two had amazing chemistry.
Absolutely.
Unreal.
Absolutely.
There's
nothing more to say about this match. It's a fucking 10-star banger.
I dare say, and Abyss has been good so far, but this feels to me like Abyss's coming out party.
Yes.
Like he's now That's a main event guy here.
This is the first time we've seen him in a main event go long.
Yeah. Not just squash somebody. And obviously AJ is a big part of it because AJ's great. At this point, he's great. But you're like, Abyss, that guy's good. Yeah. That's a big man that can work.
He can
work. Yeah. There were a couple, like, if you really watch this and you could pick on, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, Abyss is green. No, I'm not going to sit here and say that. There's a couple parts in this match where it looked like Abyss was just a tad bit off in trying to do some kind of combo stuff with AJ Styles, and you could see like little hiccups here and there. But, man, besides that, this match was a banger, and props to it. It shows the positive development of Abyss up to this point, and it also shows how good AJ Styles is working with big guys. I mean, we know that he is an absolute day one star in the X division. We know that. We've been saying that for what? How many weeks are we doing? 70 some weeks.
Yep.
And the fact that he's in the main event, and this is all about beating down AJ Styles. This is Jarrett trying to get rid of him because he knows he's a contender, even though Jarrett will not admit it. And this is great. This is an absolute shining moment for Abyss. I mean, this stuff with Kid Kash was fun, as far as like, turning. Okay, now people are really starting to pop for him and notice them. Oh, it's a baby face. No, it's not. Nope, he's with Jarrett. Fuck. It's like,
Well, Bill nailed it. I mean, it absolutely is this feels totally like the coming out party. This main event is Abyss's first real, I don't know what you want to call it, just showcase match. And I mean, obviously now it has that much more shine too, because you're witnessing the very beginning of this fantastic rivalry that we're going to see so much of for so long. So
then Abyss, I wrote down Abyss one. Did he? But Abyss one,
AJV roll up.
That's okay. I thought I wrote that down.
A lot of roll-ups on this show. A lot of roll-ups.
AJ wins. Red start attacking. Jeff Jarrett attacks AJ. Then Raven makes the save, and then Dusty comes in out of nowhere here, and then Dusty challenges Jeff Jarrett to a fans revenge match next week, which is a lumberjack match with fans.
10 lumberjacks chosen by the fans who all have straps, and also Jimmy Hart is going to be out there as well with a strap.
I thought he said that 9 of them will be fans and Jimmy's the 10th one.
10 lumberjacks chosen by the fans.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Although I was in a fans strap match, which was fun, but
you did mention that.
Yeah.
Where was that, Bill?
Or in Indy in, I believe it was Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in Amish country. But they had a little wrestling event, and it was a strap match. So signed the waiver, all the fans took their belts, and if a guy rolled out of the ring, light him up.
That's crazy.
Bill, have you seen this Amish wrestler in the PA area? He's hilarious. We had him do a dark match at AEW. I gotta find him. He's hilarious. Straight up, like pure Amish. Like he comes out with a butter churning.
Oh yes,
thing.
Levi Everett.
Levi Everett. That's him. This guy's
Levi's over, man. He's gets
so over
from crowds.
Like our camera guy,
churn.
Our photo guy was like, "Hey man, can I tag you in the photo I just took?" He's like, the elders wouldn't like that too much if I did that, if I be on the electronics. So I can't do that. I can't tell you what my I can't tell you about, or I can't be on the Twitter thing or something. So he has a Twitter account that's run by other people. And it's like, on behalf of Levi, because he cannot use this, as you know, we wanted to thank you for your appearance at AEW and shit. I was like, this guy's great. Awesome. Anyway, but that was it. That went off the air with that. Next week's gonna be. I feel like next week's gonna be a little wild. They set up a bunch of shit for next week here. The tag tag title question, the Michael Shane Sonjay, the lumberjack match, Raven. I mean, there's so much set up for 72 that they can redeem the last couple weeks with 72. I think
they had the opportunity to do that by taking the strap off of Michael Shane and putting it on Sonjay Dutt, and we already know they fucking didn't.
They know that, yeah. Sonjay never ever gets it.
And you know what? I've turned on Michael Shane like we turned on Sonny Sayaki. Fuck Michael Shane.
Holy shit!
Got no love for Michael Shane. He sucks.
Hey, he's Shawn Michaels' cousin.
Yeah, that makes him suck even more.
Worst. All right, but that's it, everybody. That is.
Wait, hold on. Can I give myself the machine gun?
For Michael Shane, you can't give yourself.
Can I give the little machine gun?
I take
the J-Bone gun. Just
a
little one.
It wasn't a Kenny. See who shot that? What gunshot? I didn't hear that.
That is such a classic, J-Bone. You're the man.
But that's it, guys. That's NWA-TNA number 71. 72 will be next week. One more quick plug for the Patreon. Mark, tell them about the Patreon. It launched today.
Yes, it launched today. It's too late for all that. All I'm going to say at this point is that, once again, thank you. Thank you so much. Zach Bonifer just joined TNI fam tier, so he gets his shout out on this show. Love you, Zach. Glad to have you here. Looking forward to some great edits in the Treehouse, where I am bound to find them even funnier than I normally find them because I'll be in the fucking Treehouse. If you join early,
like this,
hey,
I will say this. One of the things that we're testing out in the Treehouse, which is tier 3, the TNI fan, is doing some streaming, and I'll be hanging out and chilling and shit. This weekend, there's a pay-per-view on that may be on in the Treehouse. So if you're interested in watching some wrestling this weekend, you want to come by and chill, and you're TNI fan, come on Sunday night. We'll see you there.
You get to watch a pay-per-view for free with us.
Dude, that's just about we're not going to do that regularly, but yeah, there's a pay-per-view on. A bunch of us want to watch it. Truck has volunteered to, he was going to get it anyways. But thank you, Truck, for providing us this for the Treehouse fam. So stop by on Sunday.
So let me ask you this, Mark. The Sunday dinner will be, what's the plan? You want to tell the plan real quick for people?
So Sunday night family dinners. Return of the Mac, basically, right? This is the long-awaited Sunday night show. It's going to change in format a little bit. The Impact Plus app, we no longer have Explosion, although depending on what David Penzer announces on our show at the top of the show on Thursday after Impact, maybe we will have some more Impact Plus news to report. So what I envision at this point is that, much like in the previous incarnation of the family dinner, this is a chance for you guys to be part of the show. Your comments, your questions, you ask us, what we're going to talk about. We're going to go over the week. We'll do news. It's more of a hangout and make it a fans show versus the main shows where we're covering things that, we have to get through. Whereas Sunday is more of a hangout, end your weekend, before you got to go back to work on Monday. So
gotcha. Word. Well, that's cool. You guys basically are getting 4 bonus shows a month with 4 Sunday dinners a month. And they'll vary, they'll be an hour and under. We're not going more than an hour with those, right?
Correct.
Maximum an hour.
Yep, maximum of an hour, and you'll see a changing cast of characters. Sunday nights are tough for a lot of people. So, some nights it'll be 3 of us, some nights 5, some nights 2. Who knows?
But you'll get the show, is what you're gonna get. Yeah,
absolutely.
We're gonna try to work it around pay-per-views, and sometimes I cover pay-per-views that aren't Impact Wrestling related. So we'll try to plan them out several weeks ahead of time. Be like, okay, this month has this pay-per-views when. Okay, these couple nights we'll do the Sunday dinner, whatever. So
part of the thing about that's easy to do is it's a small community on Patreon, so we can literally talk to each other on there and say, hey, what works for you guys as an audience, for us as a crew, and that's the whole goal.
And what I'll commit to, because as you guys know, my time is so busy with the AAW getting busier and stuff, so I'm probably the busiest one in terms of my mind's still unpredictable with my stuff going on. So what I can commit to right now, and I'll verbalize, so I'll put it on tape, is I'll even do some bonus free Twitch broadcasts. When I'm because I have a weird schedule. I'm up late a lot. I'll jump on to just drum up some information about what's coming up for the week, or just kind of quick convos, almost like a teaser to lead into Sunday dinner. I'm talking like a short 10, 15 minute, especially when I can't make it to Sunday dinner. I'll give you guys a free Twitch 10-minute preview of what you're going to get on the Sunday dinner on those weeks. So it's just a Twitch broadcast randomly. So, I mean, if you're subscribed to Twitch or following, you'll get the notification. I'll just jump on randomly.
This is Patreon.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking for I'll give like a little Twitch teaser. It's something Russo does a lot. What Russo does, like he'll for his Patreon stuff, he'll go on Twitch for the first 10 minutes, and he's like, "All right, guys, I got to cut you off. I'm going over to Patreon now." So it's almost like you get a little teaser. I'm saying I'll do a little teaser earlier in the week.
Nice.
And I'll give you guys 10 minutes on my own, just on a random whatever, if I got a few minutes, just to let you know what's going on, and what's up. So Thursday also, real quick, I want to announce real quick. Penzer wants to come on and announce something. Mike Freeland is going to make a quick 10-minute cameo to plug Front Row Material. He's been really kind to have me on several times. That is Mikey Whipwreck and Jerry Lynn's podcast. They are on break from the show, but Mike Freeland's doing a lot of very interesting stuff, and he's been such a huge supporter of ours. I really want to bring him on, and while he's on, like, you have to all subscribe to their Twitch as well. So just a quick 5-10 minutes with Freeland, so he can tell you what Front Row Material is, and of course there's a TNA tie-in, baby. Jerry Lynn, come on, everybody loves Jerry Lynn.
Trader Jerry Lynn.
Yes.
We only love Jerry Lynn for the throw on Time Machine Tuesdays. We don't love him on Thursdays.
So we'll get him in there, guys. But yeah, let's do that. Anything else? So again, David Pencer's announced something's gonna happen on Thursday. You got to tune in on Thursday.
So
we don't even know. He didn't even tell us. He just
big news.
He's using our show as a platform to do it. So
could be anything.
Could be who knows. But either way,
could be the return of Shark Boy.
Hey. Let's get our plugs in here, guys. Bill, where can they find you, man?
They can find me on the Twitter, the Instagram, at my name, William M. Gardner, JRDNER. And who knows, as Trent's talked about some Twitch, one of the things I was thinking about, some people know some of the ideas for a show I've been talking about for a while, but other than that, if you pay attention, you know what that is. But I'm thinking maybe if I can figure it out on what we have, could be some, as Trent said, some teases there. Maybe this could be Twitch as well. Maybe some pre-event or after-event live event coverage.
Ooh,
that could be part of something too. We can maybe add that to a tier or make it a Twitch teaser. Whatever.
So I can build off this and dovetail us out perfect. We started with 3 tiers based on the things that were most requested. We thought would be the most popular and doable for the small team that we have. There are a 4th and 5th tier already mapped out. What the guys are talking about here, potential more ideas. Alicia has ideas. We're going to do the best we can to make this like as badass as possible. Super excited to have everybody for the journey. Yeah. If there's ever anything you feel you want or we're not doing, let us know. Like, this
we should make a premium tier, Mark. We should, and Alicia should bank off of this. The beautiful Alicia puts out these gorgeous photos on her Instagram. You're getting them for free. We should she should put those behind a paywall. And Alicia got a wedding to pay for.
What kind of tier can we make? I'll talk to Alicia.
Nothing explicit. She's got beautiful selfies. You know what? Alicia has a wedding to pay for. Put those behind the $50 a month tier. Alicia's wedding will be paid off by that. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Dang, that's above Kyle's.
Yeah, how do you hire the sinister minister?
Yeah, you got to pay Jim Mitchell somehow.
That's true.
No, listen. Like Mark said, new ideas will make it. These 3 are the great, perfect starting points, and then as it goes on, we'll do it. Like a lot of Patreon stuff's just canned stuff too. So we might record stuff in the can, throw it on the Patreon for a different tier. Not all of it's going to be live, obviously. So
yeah, sometimes we'll sit down and record 3 or 4 hours if we can all get together and do it so that we have something to constantly give out. We don't want to be that Patreon where people are looking at it every month going, why am I still giving these guys money? I'm not getting anything back. Like, we're going to be there. When we stop being that Patreon that gives back is when we're going to shut it down. So
yes. So that's it, guys. So we'll repeat all this on Thursday. We'll go over the details again for everybody because there's a bigger crowd on Thursday. But throwback hardcores, you guys got the first impression of everything right now. So anything else? Let's get our plugs here. So William M. Gardner on Twitter and Instagram. Mark, where can they get you?
You can get me at Mark World Order. There's something over my thing. MARKQ World Order on Twitter. That's it. Oh, you can also find me on patreon.com/WeTalkImpact.
I fear this comment right here. Zach Bonifer is.
I believe there are pictures circulating. I don't know. Am I the only one that has? You probably didn't send them to the right guy. The guy without the video.
Oh God! All right, J Bone, get the Smash This podcast plugs in here, please.
You can follow me over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where, excuse me, my goodness, completely losing my voice. We're smashing all things wrestling. You can find that on YouTube and on Twitch a few times a week, covering some Impact stuff, some AEW stuff, and been watching a lot of documentaries lately, and there might be some new stuff in the works too. DocuBones, yeah, exactly. You can find it over at all the socials, the Facebox, the Twitter box, and that Instanet. And for your bone on the go, the audio portion of Smash This Podcast is on anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast.
Very nice, guys. You get me at Trensberry on Twitter. Also, the Backstage Boys podcast, which we're a couple weeks behind on recording, but it's been a little crazy with Basil and everything. So next week we'll have a new episode. So the Backstage Boys podcast. Also, this show at We Talk Impact, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now Patreon. Go to We Talk website / We Talk Impact. We're on all of them. So please, if you're not following all of those, please do. Instagram is another one. We really just post the show graphics when they're up. We'll start upping. I want to start divvying up the Instagram a little bit more too. So I want to
get more help.
Yeah, I definitely want to diversify the Instagram. So just follow on there, guys. All the social medias, please, as well. Audio platforms, all audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, guys. If you listen to an audio, we are on every platform, so check it out. Your Alexa will even play us. I've tested this theory. We do get played on Alexa.
Alexa, play Total Nonstop Impact.
No, she can't hear you. I'm on.
I just can't hear you. But buddy, just a shout out here to one of our UK guys, CM Chris here. Downloaded the first 21 podcasts of the Throwback on his phone so he can listen.
Wow, Chris.
And
very cool.
He stays up late all the time.
Love it, man.
He's always here. Like Thursday nights with CM Chris are a staple. He goes through the whole show and the review. He ends at like 6 a.m. when we're done.
Chris, those first 21 are just me and Jay. That's it. That's the two of us. Old school, huh, Jay?
Old school,
Old school stuff.
It just grew from there.
You guys were fucking killing the 2-man booth. That's still my favorite formation. My favorite formation of this team is the Trent J. Run 2.
Tinay and West over here, huh, Jay? Huh?
Hell yeah.
Check us on audio, guys. Also, don't forget to Discord. The Discord link is in the description below, so get on Discord. It is also on our Twitter. Truck does a watch along every Tuesday before Throwback on Discord. The link is right up there on Twitter at We Talk Impact. Join the Discord, hang out. Different rooms in there, hang out. One of the tiers on Patreon is a hidden Discord room. So get in on that, guys.
2 hidden Discord rooms. One is a theater, and the other is the treehouse. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total-Nonstop-Impact. Yeah, that's what it's at. Thank you for everybody who did order a shirt during the sale. If you did, I haven't looked at it. I don't know if anybody has done one. I ordered one, actually. I got the new one. I bought the
there's one.
There's one at least. That's my.
And I know poor Violet is still waiting on her shirt. I feel it was pre this sale. We might have to get in contact with people.
Violet, I would contact them if you haven't gotten your shirt yet from the last sale. Holy shit! Absolutely contact them because when they get backed up, they get backed up.
I have had an order take almost 2.5 months before.
Yeah, it's a little wild.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody who's gotten that. Don't forget, guys, we are the show schedule is as follows. Tuesday is Time Machine Tuesday, NWA-TNA Throwbacks. Next week is 72. Wednesday is TNI UK. They go live around noon Central US, 6 p.m. UK time. They do their weekly breakdown. Thursday is the flagship Twitch watch along of Impact and Access TV. Also BTI and Access TV, I should add, which this week is a huge one. And then there'll be the post show, guys. Post show review for Impact and Access TV following Impact Wrestling on Access on Thursday night. David Penzer will be joining us with a big special announcement. We may have an afternoon guest that day. We'll confirm by tomorrow. We'll let you guys know. But I think that's it. Anything else, guys? I think that's it, right?
That's it.
Big thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
One last thank you.
Yes. One last thank you to everybody who's joined on Patreon. You guys are amazing.
10 new patrons in the last 24 hours.
Wow.
That's a hell of a first day. Thank you so much.
That's really nice, you guys. It means a lot. Thank you all. We will absolutely shout out every other Patreon. We'll shout everybody else out on Thursday, so keep your ear out for that. You'll be shouted out on Thursday. But until then, guys, catch TNI UK tomorrow. Bison Joe and Steve will be live. Catch them tomorrow, and we'll see you guys Thursday. Have a great night, everybody. Great week. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you then. Good night.